in Lekki Phase 1, and Lekki Phase 1 is not like every other neighborhood around Lagos Island. This is the center of residential. This is where we have the best of estates, the best of properties, and the best of activities. So you can see here, a lot of cars, traffic, a lot of things are happening. You can never come into Lekki Phase 1 and catch it not being busy. So this is Salome Basi, and today we're going to be touring everything about this neighborhood. You're going to be getting every information you need to know about Lekki Phase 1 for you to make a buying decision to know if this is where you need to live in 2024 or not. All right, so we're going to be touring different places, different roads, different estates, different best of properties around this neighborhood. We'll give you every information, every detail you need to know about Lekki Phase 1, and I hope you get to enjoy this video. By my right here we have Victoria Island, and by my left we have the Lekki Expressway leading up to Ikate and Osaka, London, Aja, and a whole lot more. And by this angle is where we have Lekki Phase 1. So let's go to Lekki Phase 1 and you tell me what you like about this estate. Don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification button so that whenever we post videos, you get to see it yourself. All right, BJ, give me a thumbnail here. So a lot of footworks around Lekki Phase 1. As you can see, this place is always busy. You can see people going in and out, and businesses. This is after Victoria Island, no, after Marina actually. After Marina, we have Victoria Island. After Victoria Island, we have Lekki Phase 1. And believe me, this is the commercial hub of Lagos. So Lekki Phase 1 is a mixed-use neighborhood. We have commercial activities and we have the best of residential homes around here. I don't know, for whatever reason, people just love being around Lekki Phase 1. And believe me, I love it because my experience is staying in Lekki Phase 1. I don't know, there's just something about it. The serenity, it's quiet. I mean, don't mind these busy activities here. On the normal, Lekki Phase 1 is very quiet, and nothing like I'm with you. It's very quiet and reserved. And I think this is one of the places you're more likely going to be getting 24-hour electricity without having to, you know, have generator powering, giving power electricity. So in here, you enjoy most of the places, most of the neighborhoods around Lekki Phase 1 enjoys 24-hour electricity. And I believe that is one of the reasons everybody wants to live in Lekki Phase 1. I'm not everybody though, but people like me. How about you? All right, so we are going to be touring different neighborhoods, different streets, different activities. You can see in here by my left, we have the prestigious Zenith Bank. Oh my God. Have you seen the video we did about the decoration, the Christmas village in Victoria Island, decorated by Zenith Bank? You need to see it. But however, let's come back to Lekki Phase 1. Alright, so we're still in Lekki Phase 1, and I'm right here by the Admiralty Road of Lekki Phase 1. So by this angle we have the road leading to Lekki Peninsula, and by my right here we have our famous Ikoyi Link Bridge. I mean, you could see that in almost every Nollywood video, and this road links directly to Ikoyi. So by this other angle we have Admiralty Road. Admiralty Road, Admiralty Way, anything Admiralty in Lekki Phase 1 is where you get to explore the entertainment aspect of Lekki, because all the major clubs, all the major bars, they are on this angle, but we may not be able to go to see all of those today. But if you've been following up on this channel, you can bet it that I'm going to make videos of all those places. So you can rely on that. All right, we are still exploring Lekki Phase 1. And we're going to be exploring some of the estates around Lekki Phase 1 and some other activities about Lekki Phase 1. And you need to see all of these videos. So watch those videos to the end and tell me what you think about Lekki Phase 1. All right, let me go. I'm waiting for this for me to be able to cross, so we're gonna be leaving soon. All right, so bye bye. Bisola Duro Simieti Drive. So if you're in Lekki Phase 1, or if you're in Lekki Phase 1, you're definitely, one of the names you're going to be hearing more often is Duro Simi. I don't know, this family is so popular. I mean, but it's good though. So, but this is Bisola Duro Simieti. It's a very major landmark in Lekki Phase 1. By the right and by the left, there are a number of beautiful, amazing estates within. I don't know, do we call it estates? I mean, generally we call it estate, but most of this places, they're just, let's just leave it general. It doesn't matter whether it's an estate. I mean, we know what we're talking about. So yeah, we have a lot of beautiful estates around it, mini estates. Let's bring it to that here. We have a lot of mini estates around those places, and the constructions, the buildings here are awesome. So Lekki Phase 1 is a mixed use location. So commercial activities are, I mean, after Marina, as I mentioned earlier, after Marina and Victoria Island, Lekki Phase 1 is the third most commercially condensed area in within the Lagos Island here. I mean, according to Salome Bassi. So yes, according to Sally's experience. Yes, please. So Lekki Phase 1 is the third most commercially condensed location within the island, and it's beautiful because it's not every neighborhood that is able to marry commercial and residential as good as Lekki Phase 1 is able to. There's some places that where commercial activities overpower and disturbs the peace. So Lekki Phase 1 is able to marry these two activities so well. If you're living in Lekki Phase 1, you still wouldn't be feeling like you won't feel the impact of the commercial activities around the neighborhood. Most of the areas, most of the homes, most of the places around Lekki Phase 1, they enjoy 24-hour electricity. So I believe and I feel that is one of the reasons people troop in here en masse. And I wanted to mention that this is where the big boys and the big girls in Lagos stays, but I think that's outdated. Nobody's big boy, nobody's big girl, everybody's the same. But yeah, this is where most of the people who enjoy quality living, they make a home. All right, so I just got an advantage to talk to. I think this is one of the persons that loves Lekki Phase 1 most than every other person living in Phase 1. This my friend right from inception, right from the very first day we met, he's been talking about Lekki Phase 1, and I think this guy would die for Lekki Phase 1. I mean, I'm just recounting Cleopatra. I would die for Egypt. What would you die for? So that's like some would die for Lekki Phase 1. What would you die for? Please comment below. Well, this is one of the fascinating residents in Lekki Phase 1. I love when people are so passionate about whatever they do. Sam is one of the passionate few about everything he does. He's my colleague, and today he said he's not on brand. He doesn't want to show his handsome face to you. So please, if you want to see handsome Sam, comment below, because he's dashingly handsome and he sells the best, one of the best of properties in within Lekki Phase 1 and within the island. So yeah, but if you want to buy property, don't buy from Sam, buy from Sally.
Are you want me to be on your
No, this is fun. This is fun. This is excitement. So,
Hi, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lekki environs. Well, if you hear about the city that never sleeps and never slumber, it's not New York City. It is Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. And the most important thing is it's just not a city that never sleeps and never slumber, but you have a 21st century living in here. And the biggest part of it is that it's safe. It is safe from dusk to dawn. It's safe. And then the beauty about Lekki Phase 1 is at the center of a commercial nerve. So you have Ikoyi that is literally 2 minutes away from Lekki, and then you have Victoria Island that's 3 minutes away literally from Lekki. So as much as possible, it's a place, it's an environment that encapsulates fun, life, work and play. You don't get many of that. Every area that is in Lagos is tilted either more fun or more play. But when you come to Lekki, it's fun, play. It's everything waved or woven into one. And I think that's the experience you tell people when you say, come and live in Lekki. It's the future of everything. And now I think the future of Lekki Phase 1 is in the high rises that you get to see, the 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 40 floors. And people are beginning to understand that in just one building, I could do so many things. I could go for training. I could go to a gym. I could go to a restaurant. I could go to a sauna. I could go to work. You know, I could just do everything woven into one. Around. You can go to I can go to a clubhouse.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just fun, and I think that's the difference that a Lekki resident or a Lekki residential person gets to experience that nobody else experiences. That's another level. So
Sam, I mean, first of all, it's really, really a pleasure and an honor to get to, because no one knows Lekki Phase 1 as best and as passionate as you do. I love how you're just passionate about everything. You're passionate about where you stay, and it's so motivating. It's beautiful. So I want to ask some few things about Lekki Phase 1. Like before I came into Lagos, you know, there used to be this perception about Lekki Phase 1 that everywhere is flooded, and then they have the worst of water. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I've experienced it. My experience is different, but I'd love to hear it from a resident's point of view. What's your perception about flooding scenarios and the water, the quality of water in here?
Okay, so one of the things I would say is that Lagos is surrounded by water.
Awesome.
We're living on water, literally. We probably just have less than 20% of Lagos that is not water, that's not sitting on water. So what it means is that the challenge between Dubai, who is a city that is out of sand, out of a desert, and another city that is out of water, the difference would still always come out. And the difference is in terms of two things. So there's some places in Lekki Phase 1 that got developed before major grid road were constructed. What it meant was these roads has already started. I mean, these houses are already started. So by the time these roads were built, the roads were slightly elevated more than these houses. And what it means is that when it rains, the road hardly will retain that water, you know. Now the question is, subsequently, for the places that have been developed in Lekki, are they cognizant? Are they taking note of this? And yes, some areas are literally removed everything, put up a new drainage system, put up a new greedy road. There are even some houses that are even asked to be taken down. Do you understand? So there are two things I would say. The times, I mean, this year has been great because you see rain, you see heavy rains, and then systems and structures and facilities were put in place that kind of experience doesn't happen. And finally, it's a thing, flooding. There's a thing about media, and I tell people it's exaggeration, you know.
And always the tilted towards the negative.
Apparently, so you see tons of areas, all right, tons of areas that that is not waterlogged. I stay in an estate that when it even rains, you don't even see water in it. There's some areas that you stay. So in the part in Lekki Phase 1 in Kate, when it rains, you see a bit of.
I love your neighborhood.
Thank you. When it rains a while. All right. When it rains a while, the system that they built, after like 3 minutes, even if it looks like it's flooded, the water after like 30 minutes, the environment gets. The environment saps the water. I mean, the environment is built in a way that water doesn't remain, And the final part, bad water. So I'm experiencing bad water in my house. Yeah, because some people literally will say, I want water treatment system, which is great. If you want to live a luxurious life, you should be able to afford it. You want to live in an area that gives you 24 hours of light, you should be able to afford it. You want water, you want security. These are the things about life. So some areas have great water. Some areas have not the best of water. They get to say, you know what, we have systems and machines to treat this water and give us what we want. So I feel at the end of the day,
apparently it comes back to it's not a generalization.
It's not.
So it's specific to different places.
It's not. And if it's a very, very bad thing, people will not be trying to kill themselves to live in Lekki.
Absolutely.
You know that.
Because like my first experience, like my friend says, what's it called? The first stone by the left there. I've forgotten the name of that street. I mean, my first experience there, I'm like, how almost 24 hours electricity, and the water was pristine clean. I'm like, is this place in Lekki Phase 1? Because the news I've been hearing about those places, then they have the worst of water. They have this, that, all the negatives you can think about. But there was nothing like flooding. It was rainy season. So I'm really like, no one could have broken down the intricacies, the depth of Lekki Phase 1 like you did. I'm excited and I'm happy you got talk about
I think the only reason why people say negative things about places that they cannot afford it, and whatever you cannot afford, oftentimes you I'm sorry, you either fight it or you disdain it. You disdain it. So if you can afford it, I would speak like this 3, 4, 5 years ago and said the same thing I'm saying. But right now, because I'm living here, I understand that how many areas in Lagos, Nigeria, even in Nigeria, gives you 24 hours of light, gives you access road. We're on the link, we're on Admiralty Road now, linking the Ikoyi Link Bridge. If I was taking the normal route, it would take me 10 minutes. I'm taking this place, it takes me 3 minutes to get there. So the most important thing is you need to experience it. This is the real Lagos.
This is the real Lagos.
This is the real Lagos.
I love that. So we are currently experiencing a little bit of traffic. I mean, this is they call it rush hour. This is the rush hour in Lagos because
it's past work time.
Yeah, it's past work time. Everyone is trying to get home, and with the condensed footprints around Lekki Phase 1, I mean, it's a beautiful neighborhood to stay. God, if you see this place at night, it's beautiful to behold. So that is why we have the traffic we're experiencing. But another thing I love to say is if you're an investor, if there's no traffic where you're trying to invest, then it's probably not a so good place to invest. Because I mean, what are you building for? You're building for people. So if there's traffic, it means the market is ripe. People love the place. People are staying in it. It means it's ripe.
The best of places have bottlenecks.
Oh, I like that. That's true.
You go to Dubai, go to New York, you go to
especially New York.
They are because population is what makes, it's numbers, it's people, it is activities, it's the energy, it is the level of commercial exercise that goes on in there, and that is what people do.
Speaking of numbers, please let's talk about the investment in Lekki Phase 1. I mean, I'm gonna give you that respect. I learned a lot from you. I mean, especially like your knowledge on this location, which is very pivotal. Because you can't advise. We're all in real estate to help people, not just to sell. Our selling is helping people make, not just sell any places. Is selling. Selling. We are here to help people. So I love how you have in-depth knowledge about things, about real estate, about this neighborhood, about locations. I mean, listening to you talk about real estate, like watch your videos, and aside your videos, listening to you talk about this places like phase one, even from a personal conversation, I love your insight. Your mind is beautiful and your heart is pure, and which is eccentric and it's beautiful, and I appreciate it. So I really want to give most of our audiences, they're in the diaspora, they're in the UK, in the US, they don't know what is going on here, and most often we just tell them, come buy this property, it's going to be good for you, but we're not giving the metrics on why, on how it's going to be good for them. So from your depth of experience as my colleague, please, could you give us more insight about the market performances of investment in Lekki Phase 1? What's the outlook, and what should we be looking out for in terms of, just give us an overall outlook on investment in Lekki Phase 1.
Okay, so I'll start by giving an outlook on the Nigerian real estate, Lagos real estate, and finally the Lekki real estate. So
I hope you guys are enjoying. This is the best traffic experience I've ever had. It's given me an opportunity to listen to Sam. I'm like, I want to take my pen and paper here. I wish I had that in here, but I will save this recording and replay it, and I'm learning. It's beautiful. So if whenever you're in traffic, please remember this video. Just play this video and listen to Sam. It's beautiful.
Okay, so the first and foremost fact that I get to say is Nigeria has 28 million housing deficit, and the only way I could say that is 28 million houses. What it means is that 28 million individual multiplied by at least 5. Do you understand? So that 28 million is married to somebody, they give birth, they have maybe sister or brother or cousin or nephew living to them. That's 6 people. Now you need 21 trillion invested in this real estate to make up for that. And that's not the sweetest of part. The last part that is exciting is Nigerian developers would give us 300,000 houses every year. So if they keep giving us 300 houses every year, which in some cities is a lot, what it means is that it would take them 93 or 94 years to give us 28 million houses. So what it does,
I can see the margin.
What it does is you begin to understand, if you are an home buyer, you're part of a very huge and humongous economy. If you are an investor investing in real estate, you make your money back regardless. If you are a developer, massive. If you are a real estate broker or agent, if you're doing only short let, if you're doing rentals, if you're doing JV, if you're doing sales, if you're doing even land sales, it is a lot. So let's now bring it home to the Lekki region. The Lekki region is where people literally want to live. People do a price war over a house in Lekki. Regardless, they feel, I want to pay this for this, I want to pay this for this. You come into some areas in Lekki right now, you just see that. You come into some areas, you see houses there. You come into the same area in like 3 weeks, you see that those houses have been demolished. High-rise is coming up. People are beginning to understand, instead of me building a 5-bedroom duplex, why don't I partner with A and B, and then we build a 5 or a 6-floor apartment that we can sell or we can co-own. So the future of real estate in Lekki is, I want to live, work, play, and have fun. I want to be closer to either the mainland, Ikoyi, or Victoria Island. That's the future. The future of anywhere that Lekki Phase 1 is, I want to build a family. I want to have a family home. That's why in Lekki Phase 1 and Ikate, things like short rentals, Airbnb is a big thing. People come from every part of the world. They don't want to stay in a hotel. They feel, I want to have an experience of Airbnb, like this is my home. People imagine you making 100, 150, 200 grand a night, to the point of even 350 grand a night, because you have an apartment that is a 5-star, that gives you light, that gives you security, that gives you greenery, that gives you view, that gives you everything you can ever want. So I feel, because of the demand and the level of growth of real estate in Lekki Phase 1, you can't but deny the fact that it is the place anybody wants to be. The appreciation is so insane. While we could always say that real estate can be inflated, but the appreciation is so insane, and you just want to be an investor that is astute, that want to make your money work for you. And when you make your money work for you, it means that you are in the best of places, that you can make the best of money easily, that you can make your money work for you. Beautiful. Actually.
So Sam, you mentioned something about the short-let market. So how can investors, like, for if we're looking back to the price of properties, let's say an average property, let's say 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom in Lekki Phase 1, going back to, let's say, 2022 or let's say 2021. Okay, let's go back to the recent let's say 2021 or 2022. What was the price point, and what's the current price point, and what should we expect in 2024 in terms of pricing of properties, and how can investors, make the best of buying decisions in between, in order not to fall prey to, the ever fluctuating. But first of all, let's understand the price variations between 2021 or 2022 and 2023.
Okay, so barely 2.5 years ago, the prices of what you bought, of development you bought in Lekki Phase 1 or anywhere, was half of the price. So what it means is that if you bought a 2-bedroom for 70 million naira 2 years ago, right now it's selling for 140 million naira. All right, there are lots of things beyond the population.
Wow.
There is also the cost of what it takes to build these things, which is...
Sorry to interrupt. I feel like someone can even make a business out of this, even if it's just you're buying and reselling properties even if you don't want to go through the stress of
exactly
chocolates.
Exactly. That's why where you're buying from and whom you're buying for also does matter, because you can't just say because the market is booming you buy from anybody who has promised you with amazing 3D effect, which takes me to a point of, if I'm ever going to buy, I tell my customer who's selling to me, what have they done, how have they handled their last project, all right, who are they accountable to, who's funding do they have insurance, who's funding their company, their project, all right. The mistakes, have they made mistake in the past? The mistakes that they've made, how have they managed it, all right? So these are the things that I ask that people look out for. If you look at distance, you can't miss it. Do you understand? And I always say something: don't take their terms and condition or their subscription form for granted. Read it. Those things are always, they have hidden clauses that it's when you are deep into the mess that you begin to understand. So I would always say the best way to make money in Lekki Phase 1 or any places that has huge population, perfect, maybe Ikate or VI or Ikoyi, is buy properties that will be completed latest in 18 months. Buy properties that will be completed, emphasis latest in 18 months, because if it exceeds 18 months, inflation, Nigeria is a growing country. The economy is growing. It's emerging. So what is there today that still stands? The next 2 or 3 months, it will not be there. So you can manage something when the period is short. So buy, make an initial deposit of anything that you think. Once a house meets 3 requirements for me, it's in the right location, it has the great title, it is built or erected by the best of developers, then you know that you have a good guarantee. So make an initial deposit for whatever they are asking for. Run through when it's done, there are two options. Either you sell off at a very, funny enough, you oftentimes will always sell off times 100. You make at least 100% of the price of what you must have made from it. A great development, you make at least 100%. So what it means is that you are part of that development when people cannot see it. So your money starts to work for you. When people start to see it, it's too late for them to invest in it. They want to live in it, then you can sell it. The other option is do a traditional rental of saying, I want to rent this yearly, or you do an Airbnb. And whatever you do, if it's in Lekki prime area, you would always make your money. Lekki, Ikoyi, Victoria Island, you would always you would see it as a way of even starting money, because you will never go out of extinction, because you know that money keeps coming. People need places to live in, and by the year 2050, Lagos is going to be the biggest city in the world. So you're making plans for the future. You are owning a piece of the most biggest, the most premium. Yeah, promising is what you're not consciously sure of, but premium, hopeful for, but most premium real estate in the world. So you can't. That's why I tell people, if you think you have a plot of land right now, go and buy more. If you think you have a house, go and buy more. If you cannot afford Lekki Phase 1, Victoria Island or Ikoyi, move further and buy. Because
don't you think in a world is that not outrageous? Like it's not that inflating.
What?
Lagos being the most biggest city in the world.
It's going to be the most biggest. It's not inflating.
Okay.
It's not inflating. So
I'll hope that. We are competing. For it to be, we're competing with Singapore, competing with.
We're talking in terms of population.
Okay.
So the question right now is that when you talk about age range, what's the age range of an average Lagosian? An average Lagosian is less than 35. You're thinking about productivity. You're thinking about recreation. You're thinking about growing your family. Everybody wants to live in Lagos because of the level of commercial activities. You see, I'm driving right now. I see loads of white guys, lots of Lebanese Asians here in this country. What are they doing? It's because of the opportunities that is there. 80% of my clients are not Nigerians. That's why it's easy for me to sell luxury, because they tell you this is the kind of lifestyle I have in my country and I want to be able to come and live that lifestyle here. And we can give you that lifestyle. It's only 3 major areas: Victoria Island, Lekki Phase 1, and Ikoyi. And once you get that right, I bet it with you, you're on your way to wealth. You're on your way to wealth. You don't get to work for one or 2 days already in your life again.
Sam, I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You heard it from Sam, and I hope you really get to buy properties in Lekki Phase 1, because personally I love the city. I've been in the city. I've experienced the city.
Do we say buy? I think it's best to use the word own or invest, because it's a privilege, I think, to own something in this area or be an investor in this area.
That's actually true.
And when you say buy, it feels, I think
it feels obligatory.
Yeah, it feels like you're
taking a task.
Yeah, it feels like you. Do you understand? But when it's you owning, you feel like I own a part of a city, I own a part of a region, I own a part of a country. That is insane.
I love the way you put it, because that's actually the truth about it. So I want you to get to own a piece of the city. It's beautiful. I mean, I read Keji Giwa's report on shortlet performance of different locations, and Lekki Phase 1 was the highest, and this is the leading shortlet agency in Lagos, with more than 90% booking rate on monthly. So if Lekki Phase 1 was erecting as number 1, I mean, something is going on and you need to be a part of it. So we have apartment selling at with payment plan as much as 12 months, and we're going to put in we're going to still explore more properties around this location to give you the best 3 you can take advantage of in this December 2023 ahead of 2024, because most of those properties by January they're going to be increasing in price, and the cost of building, it's actually getting more intensive. So it's often best, if you want to make investment, start now. Don't wait for January, don't wait for February, because everything gets increasing. It's increasing, and one of our partner real estate companies is reducing the bar to give more people opportunity, so they're following along with the construction, with the development along, so you can be making this payment in succession. So with I won't say as little, because no money is little. With 20 million naira you can make a deposit for a home and be paying alongside subsequently as much as 12 months, and some of them is up to 18 months depending on what you want. So it's a privilege. I won't call it it's a privilege. We're all privileged, but it's a very good, beautiful opportunity to own something in the most eye-catching locations. I mean, Lagos is not like every other place. This is the home. This is the true Africa. This is Africa. we have the biggest entertainment city in the world. I mean, everything stems from Lagos. After Lagos, you don't know anywhere else. All right. So if you're looking for buyer properties, you know how we do it. Please click the link on the description to reach out to us. And feel free to reach out for any information, any inquiry. And if you want to meet Sam, if you want to talk more with Sam, if you need any help from Sam, please feel free to reach out, and we will share his contacts with you. So it's Salome, and subscribe to the channel. We love you, and I love you, and I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye bye.